The transfer window is well underway and there have been a few major transfers so far that everybody is talking about. In this video, we're going to put those transfers to the test in Football Manager to see just how well these new players will do at their new clubs. We'll be focusing on Haaland at Manchester City, the nearly sealed deal of Nunez to Liverpool, and as a side note, Gabriel Jesus being linked to Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs. We are putting him at Arsenal to see how he'll get on at his new club as well. 3 potentially massive transfers at 3 big Premier League clubs. What kind of results will we find in this sim? Hello everyone, Jake here for FMSCOUT, and as I mentioned in that intro, today we'll be using Football Manager to test how good some of these big transfers for some of the biggest clubs in the Premier League could potentially be. Now, as fun and immersive as Football Manager is, it doesn't necessarily mean that this is exactly how the Premier League season is going to go, but it might give us an indication, and it's fairly fun just to look at and try this simulation. If you do enjoy the video, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe for more, and comment down below what videos you would like to see next. So let's get right into it. Here we are as manager of Manchester City, Liverpool and Arsenal. All 3 teams will be using the same tactical setup. We'll see it here with Manchester City. It's a 4-3-3 gegenpress preset, nothing else set. The only difference I have made is switching the striker position from a pressing forward to an advanced forward. Now, with the 3 clubs we're looking at, this style is not one that either of the 3 clubs actually play, but I wanted to have a fair judge of each player at every club. I didn't want to use, a more of a power tactic for Nunez at Liverpool than I did Haaland at Manchester City. I wanted to keep it all even, and I think a 4-3-3 is something that suits most of these teams in a pretty basic format. So Manchester City, of course, have officially, this is the only official transfer at the time of recording in this list, they have officially signed Erling Haaland. Now, naturally, this guy is a beast in Football Manager to the point where you probably don't need to do this simulation to know just how well he is going to do. We've moved him over to Man City using the editor to see just how well he will do. No additional instructions, no training, nothing like that, but Haaland is a Manchester City player. Now, if we move over to Liverpool, we will see Darwin Nunez is the sole striker in this system. Like Haaland, we've used the editor to bring Nunez over to this Liverpool side. This deal isn't 100% concrete, but at the time of recording, it's like 99%. Jurgen Klopp is even talking about it in press conferences literally 5 minutes ago, according to Fabrizio Romano, saying how good of a deal it's going to be for Liverpool. So clearly they're going somewhere with it. 6'2", some very, very good attributes that should make him pretty overpowered in Football Manager, even if those star ratings don't suggest he's the world's best. 4 appearances for Uruguay with 2 goals. He's got a pretty hefty price tag on his head that Liverpool are paying, but if we know anything about their scouting in recent years, most of the time it is very good. So Darwin Nunez, I'm sure, will be a talent for Liverpool. Before we look at the other player, I just want to mention that I actually ran this simulation 3 times. The first 2 times I had to cancel the simulation and ditch it because on both occasions Darwin Nunez was not getting registered. He wasn't even classed as good enough to be registered for Liverpool's squad. Once I figured out what was going on, I got rid of Minamino at Liverpool, and that gave 1 extra squad space, and Darwin Nunez has taken that slot. So I just thought that was pretty interesting to note. Clearly, the odds are stacked against Nunez here in Football Manager sense if he wants to outscore Haaland. I was focusing mainly on those other 2 strikers, but one other transfer I just wanted to check out whilst we're in the simulation. Let's not put too much focus on it, as it's not actually a fully agreed deal as of yet, and it's not even confirmed if Arsenal will be the club that he's going to go to, but Gabriel Jesus looks very likely to be leaving Manchester City upon Erling Haaland's arrival. It looked like it was done and dusted at Arsenal, then all of a sudden there's now links to Chelsea and Tottenham. Whether that's just paper talk, who knows, but this man has the potential to be a very good player for Arsenal in real life. We'll see how well he does in a Football Manager sense, but much like the others, he has been brought over to his club, and that is that. 3 teams, 3 tactics, exactly the same, and 3 new signings at their clubs. So let's simulate a year into the future, see how they get on. Let me know your predictions in the comments down below for both real life and Football Manager. My guess is Haaland will outscore them both, followed by Gabriel Jesus with more goals than Darwin Nunez, but who knows, maybe we'll be surprised. So let's simulate a year ahead and see how we get on. Okay, here we are. Season 1 is done, and we can see it was very close at the top of the table, as it has been in recent years in the Premier League. Manchester City with 83 points winning the title, and Liverpool with 81, 1 goal difference between them, 2 points between them, and Arsenal sit in 5th spot on 65 points. Interestingly, somehow Leeds got 66 points more than Arsenal, but let's ignore that for a second. But the first thing I'm noticing is I'm not seeing any Gabriel Jesus on the top goal scorer, most assists, or even highest average match rating. But I think it's time we take a look at just how well these strikers have done. Bear in mind, they're all completely different strikers. Jesus, you might suggest, isn't a focal point forward the way that Nunez and Haaland will be. Even with that being said, Nunez might be more of a link-up player in a Liverpool system in real life, not expected to get as many goals, but to create chances as well for those wide players like Salah, like Luis Diaz. It doesn't look like Mane is going to be there anymore. But we can see Arsenal also finished runners-up in the FA Cup, with Gabriel Jesus at least being top goal scorer in that competition. Stats, player overview, who was top goal scorer? It was Erling Haaland on 47 goals in 38 appearances. There's no way anyone is going to keep up with that. That's pretty much game breaking, but he has done amazingly well, as you would expect. I mean, we've all seen Haaland go to Manchester City in Football Manager anyway. We know just how well he will do, but clearly Football Manager rate this man very highly, and he has done super well in this Manchester City side. Let's just focus in on him for 1 second. We forced him to play as many games as possible, and it has worked out very well for him, playing 59 appearances across the course of the season in all competitions with 71 goals. That's more than a goal a game. Very, very impressive stuff from Erling Haaland. Clearly, he's only a finisher in this team. He got 1 assist in the league and 4 assists in all competitions, so it's obviously not his strong suit in terms of link-up play, but they won't need him to be at Manchester City. He is going to be the fox in the box, the focal point, expected to finish off all those chances Man City always create. We have to go all the way down to 6th in the goal scoring charts to find our next player in the list, Darwin Nunez, who scores 19 goals in 38 appearances. I think all Liverpool fans would agree, if this man can hit near enough 20 goals in one season in his first year, they'd be very impressed with that, and he has done very well actually. It's very hard to compare him to Erling Haaland, but when he's getting assists as well, and a very high average match rating, a 7.35 in Football Manager is not easy to come by across the course of a season. 36 goals in all competitions. I mean, let's look at that. Cup, he's scored more goals in games in the FA Cup, it seems, or the Carabao Cup. But either way, he's obviously been a great signing for Liverpool, and it has turned out very well for them. It should be noted, Man City won the league, won the Community Shield, and came runners-up in the Carabao, whilst Liverpool, you would argue, might have actually had a better season. They finished second in the league by 2 points, but they can add an FA Cup, a Carabao Cup, and a Champions League to their titles. Darwin Nunez got 8 in the Carabao Cup and 5 in the FA Cup, being crucial to their successes. And did he even get a goal in the Champions League final? Who knows? Let's have a look. It was Mo Salah who got the winner against Real Madrid in the final, but it was Darwin Nunez who carried Liverpool to FA Cup victory, making himself a cult hero against our Arsenal side as well. Speaking of Arsenal, let's see how far we have to go to find Jesus, and here he is, sandwiched between Richarlison and Wout Weghorst. 10th in the goal scoring chart, 16 goals for an Arsenal side is not too bad. However, it should be noted his average match rating, considering his goal and assist count, is very low, so clearly his game outside of finishing chances wasn't so good. Because Arsenal have no European football in this season, he only played 44 times with 20 goals, but we shouldn't just purely focus on the numbers. Let's see if we can figure anything else out in this case. So if we have a look at most shots, Haaland had 242 shots and scored plenty of goals, but it is quite noteworthy that Darwin Nunez, who was 6th in the highest goal scoring charts, outside of Haaland, he's way higher than anyone else, 50 more than third place Cristiano Ronaldo, 224 shots with 19 goals. Actually, if you're considering how many chances he's creating, he definitely should improve his finishing. Clearly, he's not considered as a very clinical player in this world. Clearly, in Football Manager, he's not considered as a very clinical player. But let's just look at that. 68 minutes per goal for Erling Haaland. That is amazing, amazing stuff. Just going into that a little bit deeper, clearly Darwin Nunez has been a volume striker in this system. He's had 7 shots a game, and to come out of 7 shots a game, play pretty much every single game, and get 19 goals. It could be a lot better from Nunez, but he has got time to become a better player. Should be noted as well, Haaland did take 10 penalties, so that's going to add to a few of his goals. Jesus took 5, and Darwin Nunez was nowhere near the penalty spot, so he wasn't boosting his numbers in that sense. But there we go, guys. That's just a little video to see how these strikers might do in a Football Manager simulation. If you have enjoyed this, let us know, like the video, and feel free to check out my channel, linked in the description. We've just reached 8,000 subscribers over there, and we have a Villarreal Let's Play series going, as well as some random one-off rebuilds that a lot of you guys have enjoyed. So if you want to check that out, that would be awesome. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Keep an eye on these players in real life. Who knows how well they'll do. We can maybe revisit this at the end of the Premier League season to see how well they did actually do compared to their Football Manager sim. But make sure you all have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.